Which step? You have to get the repeated values. In the which step you're getting the repeated values? In step 4 or step 5?
Step 5, sir.
In step 4 and step 5, right?
Yes, sir.
In step 4, you're getting the repeated value because in the step 3 got 1.584. I'm giving example 1.584. In step 4 also getting 1.584. In step 4 also that is the repeated value. That means it is converted this value, right? This we call it as a convergence. With respect to mathematics or any signals you can say that, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
But here what happens? Here one problem is there because in the case of discrete time Fourier transform that we discuss later after this module, in the case of discrete time Fourier transforms, it will not converge properly or it will not converge easily. But I already said Z transform is a powerful tool to solve the discrete time signals and discrete time systems. By using this tool, we can get the convergence very easily. It will converge very easily. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, what we can say from the Z transform is what is the advantage of the Z transform means we can analyze the discrete time system very easily, and also the derivation of computations such as for implementing discrete time systems on computers is very easy using the Z transform. By using the Z transform, we can derive a computation such as for implementing discrete time systems on computers. Okay. Understood? So the Z transform is mainly powerful to solve the discrete time signals and a discrete time system. Then its a main advantage is to study the system characteristics and also the derivation of computational structures. Uday Kumar refer ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. Derivation of computational structures for implementing discrete time systems on computers. That is the advantage of using what? Z transform. Did everyone understand why we have to study the Z transform and its applications?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next I will start with the definition of the Z transform. Definition of the Z transform. You apply Laplace transform or continuous or discrete? My question, Laplace transform for continuous or discrete?
Sir, continuous.
Laplace transform is for continuous or discrete?
Continuous, sir.
Laplace. Continuous. So I can easily say it as a Z transform is a discrete time counterpart to the Laplace transform. For the continuous time, we can use the Laplace transform. For the discrete time, the powerful tool is a Z transform.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Your request ಕಳಿಸಿ sir, accept ಮಾಡಿ sir.
Okay. So we'll discuss regarding the equation of the Z transform now. There is definition of the Z transform. So now I will consider the complex exponential input. Now I will consider the complex exponential input, that is x of n is equal to z power n. So please take down. So take the heading as Z transform. So consider an exponential input x of n is equal to z power n to a discrete time LTI system. So I already said that what the Z transform is a powerful tool to solve continuous or discrete. Hello, please reply. Discrete, right? So that Z transform is a powerful tool to solve a discrete time system. Okay. So consider exponential input x of n is equal to z power n to a discrete time LTI system with impulse response x of n. What do you mean by impulse response? So what's the meaning of impulse response? Consider an exponential input x of n is equal to z power n to a discrete time LTI system with impulse response h of n. What about impulse response? Beg heli. What about impulse response? I'm audible to all. What is the meaning of impulse response? I already explained. So what is my impulse response? Hello. Reply Madrapa. So what is my impulse response? What is my impulse response? Hello.
Sir, LTI system can be represented in the form of unit impulse, sir.
Oh,
That is
okay.
known as
Impulse response. What is an impulse signal actually in general? That's a basic or elementary signal, right? What do we mean impulse signal?
sir. Delta of n is equal to 1 when x equals 0.
Delta of n is equal to 1 when n is equal to or t is equal to 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why the system output is given by, please copy down this one. Consider an exponential input x of n is equal to z power n to a discrete time LTI system with impulse response h of n. The system output is given by y of n is equal to x of n into h of n. X of n, sorry, okay, x of n into h of n. Y of n output response is equal to input response into impulse response. Actually, I already said impulse response is one of the method to represent which type of system?
LTI system.
LTI system. So impulse response is one of the method to represent a LTI system. So in the impulse response, actually there are two types. One is convolution sum, and one more is convolution integral. Convolution integral. One is convolution sum and one will be the convolution integral. This convolution sum is used to analyze discrete time impulse response. Remember, this convolution sum is used for to analyze discrete time impulse response. This convolution integral will be used to analyze continuous time impulse response. Understood? The convolution integral is for the continuous time impulse response. Convolution sum is for the discrete time impulse response. Okay. So I'm considering this output equation from the convolution sum. Actually, that we'll discuss later. Well, again we come we go back to the module 2. Impulse response is not, it has been not taught actually for you people. So after the Z transform, we'll move on to the impulse response only. So here the system output is given by what? Y of n is equal to x of n into h of n. This equation we call it as what? Convolution sum. This equation we call it as what? Hello? Convolution
sum.
Convolution sum. Convolution is for discrete time. Convolution integral for continuous time. Okay. So then this can be again can written as y of n is equal to summation. Y2 is a summation here. Why can't integral?
So for discrete time.
Because the Z transform is mainly used to solve the discrete time signals, right? Not the continuous, right? It's a powerful tool to solve the discrete time signals for a system. Therefore use what?
Summation.
Summation. That's why y of n is equal to summation k is equal to minus infinity to infinity. So this x of n, it be time shifted. I will write as x of n minus k into h of n. I will write it, sorry, k. So because LTI system is the combination of the time invariant and the linear, right? So it's x of n minus k and h of k. Because here the in the input the time is shifting. X of n minus k into h of k. K is equal to minus infinity infinity. So you write h of k as it is. What you will write in the place of x of n minus k? ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಾಡಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಸೈಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಎಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕೆ ಆಗಿ ಏನಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕೆ?
Z of n minus k.
X of n, what do you consider in the x of n? X of n is nothing but what?
Z power n.
Z power n. That means x of n minus k means n is changes to n minus k.
Z power n minus k.
Z power n minus k. Okay, very good. Then you split the terms now. Summation k is equal to minus infinity infinity h of k z power n into z power minus k. Take the z power n outside. Summation k is equal to minus infinity infinity z power minus k into h of k. So now it all the terms in the k term. Now I will consider as z power n this entire term as h of z. This entire term I call it as h of z. What is h of z is equal to summation k is equal to infinity infinity z power minus k to h of k. Why I am solving this equation? To get what? To get what I am solving this equation?
Z transform.
To get the z transform. Therefore, h of z can be written as summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity. Can I write like this? Instead of k, I am replacing it as n. H of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity h of n into z power minus n. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ then I call it as h of z is known as what? H of z is known as the z transform of h of n. H of z is the transform of h of n. So in general, we can write as generally the Z transform of a discrete time signal x of n is given by I can write as, if you apply the Z transform to the input x of n, nothing but x of z is nothing but summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. You have to please to just remember this formula. The derivation is not required. Please remember this formula. Generally, the Z transform of a discrete time signal x of n is given by z of x of n is equal to x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. Please copy down this. Copy down this and take 2 minutes break. Hello everyone. So this is the definition of the what? Z transform. If you apply the Z transform to the input x of n, you will get x of z. That is nothing but what? Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shall I move further now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Then if I continue, then where I think this derivation is in the Mosaic Kumar actually, where z is a what? Where z is a complex variable. Where z is a complex variable. Because I already initially defined that. Initially what I defined, consider an exponential input x of n is equal to z power n to a discrete multi-system. Where z is a what? Complex variable. And it is given by z is equal to r into e power j omega. R into e power j omega. This is in the polar form. If you want to write in the Cartesian form, how will write now? Z is equal to r into e power j omega. Hello? It is in the polar form. You have to write in the Cartesian form. How will write in the Cartesian form? Hello? So in the Cartesian form, how will write? Hello? R into e power j omega. You have to write in the Cartesian form or in the rectangular form. Please reply. Hello? It would be r into, reply madrappa. Deepak,
Cos theta plus sin.
that is r of cos omega plus j into r into sin omega. R into cos omega plus j into r into sin omega is nothing but r into cos of omega will be the real part, right? R into cos omega will be the real part. R into sin omega will be the imaginary part, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this will be the real part of z plus j, imaginary part of z, where r is the magnitude. What is the omega here? Ohm omega symbol? Angle, right? It's the angle of z. Then this will be the angle of z. If I continue further, substituting z is equal to r into e power j omega. If I substitute z is equal to r into e power j omega, this I will call it as equation star. If I substitute r is equal to e power j omega in star, it would be in the place of z, I am substituting r into e power j omega is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into r power j omega to the power minus n. So in the place of z, I am substituting r into e power j omega. So it will become not x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity x of n into z power minus n. So z is nothing but r into e power j omega. Now it becomes r into e power j omega will be equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into r power minus n. I'm just splitting this term into r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. So considering x of n into r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. If people are understanding, is there any disturbance for people to listen?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Are understanding? So in the place of z, I am substituting. You already done from equation star. X of z is nothing but what? Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. So then z will be equal to r into e power j omega. So in the place of z, I am writing r into e power j omega. So x of r into e power j omega is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into the place of z I am replacing r into e power j omega. It becomes r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. If you split the terms, becomes r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. This we call it as equation number A. Equation A. From equation A, we see that x into r into e power j omega is the discrete time Fourier transform of the sequence. It's a discrete time Fourier transform of the sequence x of n into r power minus n. From equation A, we can see that x into r into e power j omega is the discrete time Fourier transform of the x sequence x of n into r power minus n. That is x of r into e power j omega will be nothing but what? Fourier transform of x of n into r power minus n. Okay? I'll call it as equation B. That means if you apply the Fourier transform to the x of n into r power minus n, you will get what? What you will get? What you will get? Hello? Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
So if I apply the Fourier transform to the x of n into r power minus n, what I will get? Please reply. Hello? Please reply, guys. If you apply the Fourier transform to the x of n into e r power minus n, what you will get actually? What you will get? Bharti?
Yes, sir. F of x of n into r power n is equals to sigma.
It becomes. That means if you apply the Fourier transform to the x of n into r power minus n, it will become x of r into e power j omega, right? Right. If you apply the Fourier transform to this equation, You will get this, right?
Yes.
Then write down in equation B. In equation B, the exponential weighting factor r power n, r power minus n, may be decaying or exponential, right? May be decaying or growing with increasing n. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So depending upon the in equation B, the exponential weighting factor r power minus n, this term. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ರೇನೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. r power minus n. The exponential weighting factor r power minus n may be decaying or growing with increasing n, depending upon what? Depending on whether r is greater than or less than unity. So it's increasing n depending upon whether r is greater than or less than unity. When r is equal to 1, that is mod z will be equal to 1. When r is equal to 1, that is mod z is equal to 1. Then equation A becomes, then equation A becomes x of e power j omega, because substituting r is equal to 1. Please look into the equation A now. X of r into e power j omega is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity x of n into r power minus n into e power minus j omega into n. If I substitute r is equal to 1, what you will get? E power j omega, right? Hello?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
R is equal to 1, that becomes 1 into e power j omega, then summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity x of n. In the place of r into e power minus j omega, what you will write in the equation 1? It would be now, it remains with, what is 1 to the power minus n?
1.
1.
1, right? 1 to the power minus n is 1. That's fine. Summation n is equal to minus infinity x of n into e power j omega n. Call it as C. Equation C. That is nothing but x of e power j omega will be x of z. Where what is the value of z here? E power, what is substitute? Z is equal to, hello?
E power j
It is
omega.
equal
E power j omega.
j omega.
E
sir.
power j omega. Because it is a, z is a what? Complex variable, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you consider the complex variable, there will be a real part and imaginary part, right?
Yes, sir.
Then there will be a z plane, right? If it is a complex number, there will be a z plane. So I'll write the z plane. So what does z plane consist of actually? ಓದಿದಿರಾ ಹೇಳಿ? What z
Imaginary
plane
part.
consists of? Huh?
Sir, real part and imaginary part.
Real part, very good. Real part of z and the imaginary part of z. real part of z and the imaginary part of z. So this is the origin. I'm considering like this. A distance r. I'll represent angle by what? Theta or omega? Omega.
Omega.
That is omega. Is a distance r into e power. So distance will be the r, theta. R will be the what? Magnitude. Omega will be the what?
Angle.
Angle.
Okay. So take down this. This will be the z plane. This will be the z plane. A point z is equal to r into e power j omega is located at a distance smaller from the origin. It's located from the origin, right? And angle omega relative to the real axis. Now it's very simple. X of n is a given input. Is it discrete or continuous time signal? X of n?
Discrete.
Discrete.
If you apply the Z transform for this, what you will get?
X of z.
X of Z. That you people already know. Okay, fine. So what's the definition of the Z transform? X of Z is equal to, or we can write as, if we apply the Z transform to the input X of n, it will becomes, if you apply the Z transform for the X of n, it will becomes summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity X of n into Z. This is the definition of Z transform, right?
Yes, sir.
If you substitute in the place of z e power j omega, what it will becomes now? Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into r power minus n into e power minus j omega n. Right?
Yes, sir.
When z is equal to e power j omega, you will get this equation. This I will call it as equation E. This is as F. The equation F is an infinite sum, right? Is an infinite sum formula?
Yes, sir.
Is an infinite sum. For the existence of x of z, this summation must converge, right? For the equation F is an infinite sum. For existence of x of z, this summation must what? This summation must converge. That is, the summation should be absolute. Okay. the summation should be absolute. Should be absolute. Therefore, summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity mod x of n r power n should be less than infinity. If it is less than infinity, it should be a converge, right? Summation n is equal to minus infinity mod x of n into r power n minus n, r power minus n should be less than infinity. If it is less than infinity only, it should converge, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If it is more than infinity, what happens?
Divergence.
It will diverge. It will not converge, or it will be diverge. So the range of R, what the R represents actually?
Distance.
Distance.
Okay, other than that, magnitude, right? R is magnitude. Omega will be the
Angle.
Angle.
R will be the magnitude and omega will be the, okay. The range of R for which this condition is satisfied. Which condition I have to satisfy? The range of R for which this condition is satisfied the range of R for which this condition is satisfied is known as what? Is known as ROC. ಓದಿದಿರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ M3 ಲಿ?
No, sir.
ಓದಿರಲಿಲ್ವಾ? Okay, fine. This is very important. What this ROC represents?
Region of conversion. Region of convergence.
Okay. This we called as what? A region of convergence. The range of R for which this condition is satisfied. What is the condition? Summation n is equal to minus infinity infinity mod x of n into r power minus n should be less than infinity. If this condition is satisfied for the range of R, then that we called as what? Region of convergence. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ. This called what? Region of convergence. Or we can say it as of set of mod z set, or otherwise we also can say it as or set of mod z for which the summation converges is known as the set of mod z for which summation converges is known as, in equation, actually that we have to write in equation in equation E. In equation E. In equation E, set of mod z for which the summation converges in equation E is known as ROC, or region of convergence. So region of convergence. What do you understand from the ROC? Could anyone explain, please? What do you understand from the ROC? Please reply. What do people understand from the ROC? Please reply, guys.
So the solution will exist in that region only, sir.
The solution will be existing only that region. Then what we can decide? Then what we can decide? If the solution will exist in that region, what we call it as? Please reply, Madarpa.
So signals operate extension limits. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
That means till what? That's like it's like a limit, right? Till what limit we can apply, right? That means that value
Yes, sir.
that value should be in the certain limit, right? It should be in the
Yes.
certain limit. If it crosses that limit, the system becomes what? Unstable, right? It should
Yes,
satisfy
sir.
the condition. That we call as what? Region of convergence. Because that is the main advantage of using the Z transform, right? In the discrete time Fourier transform, it will not easily converge, or it will not converge. By using the Z transform, it's a very powerful tool to solve the discrete time signals, because the convergence is very easy and simple. To converge easy and simple, this condition should be satisfied. What is the condition? Summation n is equal to minus infinity mod x of n into r power minus n should be less than infinity. Or we can say it as what? Set of mod z for which summation, that is in the equation. That is what is the equation? X of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity x of n into z power minus n should be converge. That we call as what? Region of convergence. Understand? Did everyone understand the problem?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, not a problem. Derivation, basics regarding the Z transform. We'll start with the problems now. Next class, what to have actually?
MHS, sir.
MHS, sir.
At what time?
11:50.
11:50. Okay. Take down the problem. Ella ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು? Did everyone copy down? If you have Uday Kumar textbook, it's well and good. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ? Shall I move further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take down type 1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Type 1. Type 1, that is problems on Z transform. Puneet, what's the name of the type 1? Puneet? Santosh?
Problems on Z transform.
Problems on Z transform. Take down first problem. Find the Z transform. Find the Z transform. Find the Z transform of x of n is equal to alpha power n into e of n. Find the Z transform of x of n is equal to alpha power n into e of n. Okay. Alpha power n into e of n. What is the first step now? Bharti? Ananya?
Formula of Z transforms.
From the definition of Z transform, what is the formula of the Z transform? What is the formula? Now this will become
Z
given.
of x of n is equals to.
First I will write in the given x of n is equal to alpha power n t of n. Okay. X of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n. ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಅಂದೆ z input ಗೆ z transform apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ what you will get if you apply z transform to the input, you will get x of z, right? If you apply a z transform to the input, what you will get? Hello. If you apply the z transform to the input x of n, what you will get?
X of Z.
X of z. X of z is nothing but what? Summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n into z power minus n, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then what is the next step? X of z is equal to summation n is equal to what now? ಹೇಗೆ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ. How we decide the limits now?
Sir, u of n.
Very good. Based on the what is u of n represents?
Unit step function.
Unit
Unit
step
step
function.
function, right? Z transform ಅಂತೂ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ. This is unit step, right? So n will be equal to what now? Inside n will be equal to
0.
it becomes n is equal to 0 to infinity x of n. What do you write in the place of x of n?
Alpha power n.
Alpha power n.
Alpha power n. U of n will be equal to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
That unit step will help to decide the limits. Alpha power n into z power minus n. What is the next step? X of z is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity. Can we take the common here in these two terms?
Yes,
The
sir.
powers?
Alpha by z whole power n.
So we can take the n as a common, right? Alpha into z to the power minus 1 whole to the power n. Yes or no? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. But you know the one formula actually. People already know one formula. Could you recall it? We have infinite sum formula. We have infinite sum formula. That is what? Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha power n will be equal to in general 1 by 1 minus alpha
Alpha power n.
if mod alpha is less than 1. Where you said this equation actually? Hello, the equation. Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha power n will be equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha if mod alpha is less than 1. Where you said this one?
Energy signal, power signal.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು?
ಸರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನೇ ಹಾಕೋಬೋದಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಯಾವುದು z ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್?
ಸರ್ ಜೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ ಪವರ್ ಎನ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು z ಬೈ z ಮೈನಸ್ ಕೆ
ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೆಂತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪವರ್ ಎನ್ ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪವರ್ n ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಹಂಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಒನ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ.
ಓಕೆ.
Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha power n will be equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha if mod alpha is less than 1. Then this term becomes what now? Then this term becomes what? Alpha, right?
Alpha.
It is in the form of alpha power n. Then x of z will be equal to x of z will be equal to
1
One.
by 1 minus
1 minus alpha z inverse. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? 1 by 1 minus alpha z inverse. So what's the condition you have to apply? In the place of mod alpha, what you have to substitute now? If ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ.
Alpha into z power
Alpha
minus.
into z power minus 1.
Alpha into z power minus 1 is less than 1. If you simplify further, 1 by alpha by z is nothing but 1 by z minus alpha by z is nothing but z by z minus alpha. Right or wrong? Simple ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Chandramohan, is it simple or not?
Yes, sir, simple. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಅದು n tends to 0 to infinity ಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು
ಹಾ,
ಇನ್ನೂ
ಅದು-
ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಯು ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಯು ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ -1 ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, -2 ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, -10 ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಹಾ,
ನಮ್ಗೆ
ಓಕೆ
ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮುಗ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಝೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದಾಗಿದೆ. ಏನ್ ಬಂದು ಝೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಏನ್ ಬಂತು ನಮಗೆ? ಝೆಡ್ ಬೈ
By z minus alpha.
ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಮುಗ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಿ, ರೈಟ್?
Yes, sir.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ದ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. What's the condition they given? What we got? Mod alpha z inverse less than 1 na?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
It becomes mod alpha by z
Yes, sir.
less than 1. Becomes mod alpha less than mod z. Correct?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Or ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತರ ಬರೀಬೋದಾ? Z mod z is greater than mod alpha. Yes or no? Alpha less than z ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ, z is greater than alpha ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Both are same. One is less than 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ, 2 is greater than 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
That z value is greater than alpha, right? Mod alpha.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
For this we have to write what? Z plane. Correct? The z plane x axis, a real part of z in the y. Remember, in the problem, if they ask for 8 to 10 marks, 50% for to find out the z transform. In remaining 50% marks is for to find out the z ROC and the z plane. ROC ಮತ್ತೆ z plane ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ 50% marks ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In 50% marks z transform ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Be careful. ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರೇ z transform ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ, ROC z plane ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It has no meaning. ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲೇಬೇಕು. Okay? Here what happens? Mod z is greater than alpha or less than alpha? Please reply. It's greater than alpha or less than alpha?
Greater than alpha.
Greater than alpha. So it will be like this. So somewhere the alpha value will exist here. So greater
sir, why
means
we have to take circle only, sir?
Which
Why
one?
we have to take circle only, sir?
Circle. Okay, I will tell you. Explain. What is actually mod z is greater than what here?
Alpha.
So mod z is greater than alpha, right?
Yes, sir.
So if mod z is greater than alpha, then that we call it as what? Right sided sequence ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. That we call it as what? Right side sequence. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ. ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಒಂದು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಬೈ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್. Okay, there is a numerator and a denominator. In the numerator it consists of zeros. Zero andre value zero alla ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. In the denominator it consists of a poles. In the numerator it consists of a zeros and denominator consists of a poles. Then one transfer function anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು function ಅಂತ. Numerator consists of a zeros, denominator consists of a poles. Zeros means not zero value. Zero value na ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ. Zeros and poles will decide the the stability of the systems. System stability analysis ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ zeros poles ನ terms use ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. Poles ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರೋ roots. What value you are getting? Right? Suppose in the denominator consider the quadratic equation. How many roots you will get?
2 roots.
2 roots alva. I'm giving one example. ಇದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ x square minus 2x plus 2 divided by 3x square plus 2x plus 1. Here how many roots you will get actually in the numerator? How many roots you will get? 2. In the denominator 2. This 2 will be the zeros, not zero value. We call that term as zeros. Here there will be 2 poles. These zeros and poles will decide the stability of the system. Understood? Therefore, in the Z transform we are finding that the mod Z value is greater than alpha means if it is greater than alpha, that means it is a right sided sequence. That means ROC is the region in the Z plane outside the outermost pole. That means outside the circle of radius equal to the largest magnitude of the poles of x of z. That's why you have to shade you have to consider a circle, you have to shade outside, not inside. If it is less than alpha, z is less than alpha, it should be inside. If it is more than alpha, it should be outside. Understood?
Sir, I am asking not about shades, sir. I am asking why we have to consider circle only, sir. Why can't rectangle or square?
Or square can. There is some properties in the ROC. What the property states that ROC of x of z consists of a ring. Actually, it consists of a ring in the z plane centered about the origin. But I already explained, right? While explaining this one. Here, I draw one distance. Equation by exponential weighting factor may be decaying or growing or increasing n depending upon r is greater than or less than unity. We consider r as a distance, r as omega. It will become a circle, right?
Yes, sir.
That concept we written. That means if you want to find out the z transform, we should not only find out the value of z transform, and also it is whether it is converging or what. That z value is converging or not. It's very important. If it is converging, that it is satisfied. It is not converging, it is not satisfied. To analyze whether the value is converging or not, we represent it by a circle. Understood? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಅದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಜ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಎ ಸರ್ಕಲ್. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. If you consider circle, there will be radius, right?
Yes, sir. Radius.
ನೀನು ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಲೆಂತ್ ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾನೆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ
Yes, sir.
but in the circle use radius, right? Radius, circumference, like that. That's why you consider what? Circle. Understood?
Yes, sir.
If mod z is greater than alpha agidre, it is outside the circle. If it is less than alpha, inside the circle. A properties ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾವು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So again ಬಂದಿದೆ mod z is greater than alpha. What this alpha represents? ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ alpha ಏನು represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ?
Magnitude.
Alpha represents the magnitude. What z represents? Z ಏನು represent ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? What z represents here? Z ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ. What we call it as z dash. Z ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಪ್ಪ?
So complex variable.
Complex variable ಅಲ್ವಾ? Alpha will be the value ಅಲ್ವಾ? ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ರೂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ given input ಅಲ್ವಾ? Alpha. It's a variable, right?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, if mod z is greater than alpha, the shaded part will be the outside. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? Can I say it is existed there?
Yes, sir.
That is the logic ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಥವಾ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? Here to write the origin. Okay?
Yes, sir.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Take down one more problem. Next problem. If they ask to find the z transform, what are the steps you have to follow? First you have to find out. First you have to write what?
Z transform.
Z transform equation. Then
ROC.
ROC. Very good. Then
Z plane.
Z plane. That completes the problem. For the ROC and the Z plane, 50% marks. For the to find out the Z transform, 50% marks. Okay. Take the next problem. Find x of z. Find x of z if x of n is equal to minus alpha power n into u of minus n minus 1 and find its ROC. And find its ROC. Find x of z if x of n is equal to minus alpha power into u of n minus n minus 1 and find its ROC. What is the first step now? Given x of n is equal to minus alpha power n into u of minus n minus 1. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the next step? Formula x of z is equal to summation is equal to minus infinity infinity x of n into z power minus n. Right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Next, how we set the limits now?
Unit step function.
Unit step. Minus n minus 1 is equal to 0. That means what? Minus n is equal to plus 1. Nothing but n is equal to n is equal to what?
Minus 1.
Minus 1 to infinity na. Right or wrong? ತಪ್ಪ ಸರಿನಾ? minus 1 infinity ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ minus infinity minus 1 na?
Minus infinity to minus 1.
Minus infinity to minus 1. Very good. Alva? Minus infinity to minus 1. Number line bandre minus infinity 0 infinity minus infinity the minus 1 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So minus infinity to minus 1. What is x of n value? You have to say including along, you have to consider along with sign. Minus ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ. Minus, please reply. Minus, please reply.
Alpha power
Minus
n.
alpha power n.
Minus alpha power n into z power minus. This unit step always decide what?
Limits.
Limits. Okay, fine. Then what is the next step? Here we don't have the formula minus infinity to minus 1, but we have the infinite sum formula. What?
0 to infinity.
0 to infinity, and more infinite sum formula is there. We have
1 to
infinite sum formula that you already solved. It is formula that is summation n is equal to 1 to infinity alpha power n is nothing but alpha by 1 minus alpha. Okay, if mod alpha less than 1. Do you agree? We have infinite sum formula. Summation n is equal to 1 to infinity alpha power n will be equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha if mod alpha is less than 1. Will you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is the next step?
Sir, changing the limits.
We have to change the limits and also have to change the what?
Of x power n.
Value of
X power n.
x power n. First
Sir,
we
all
take the
of-
limit. Okay, first we take the limits now. Now it becomes, I will take the minus outside. It will becomes minus infinity to minus 1 alpha power n into z power n. I will take n as common. Minus infinity to minus 1 alpha. Now only we change the limits, it's better. Changing the limits and changing the sign, what you will get? It becomes n is equal to 1 to infinity. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಇವಾಗ?
Alpha power minus.
Changing the limits and also the sign, alpha power minus n, the magnitude will change. Alpha power z power plus n. Then it would be minus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity. Take n as common, alpha into z power plus 1. Sorry. Just a minute. Now it becomes alpha to the power minus 1 into z power 1. Next, what is the next step? Joshali minus 1 plus 1 cancel and alpha na bere z bere. Alpha power minus 1 into z power 1 into the power n. What is this term now?
Sir, alpha by 1 minus alpha.
This will be alpha, right? So it will
Yes,
be now minus What is alpha value? Alpha inverse z divided by 1 minus alpha to the power minus 1 z. What is the condition? If
Alpha inverse z is less than 1.
alpha inverse z is less than 1. Now it will becomes minus z by alpha whole divided by 1 minus z by alpha. Now take the LCM, we will get z by alpha whole divided by alpha minus z by alpha. Alpha alpha gets cancelled, minus z divided by alpha minus z. Now we'll rearrange the terms. It will becomes now inge baradru aaytu minus z divided by if I take minus outside it becomes z minus alpha. Finally it will be z minus alpha. This is the x of z. Right or wrong?
Correct,
Right,
sir.
sir.
ಓಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿತಾ 8 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರೀ 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ROC.
Diagram.
ROC ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀರಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ you have to decide the ROC from where from here right from here you have to find out the ROC okay now it becomes what
Excuse me, sir.
now tell me
Sir, next class MHS sir ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಇದೊಂದು ಆಯ್ತು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್